things like that were in this film that just made it so damn sweet to watch. My name is Sophie Hannah and this is the CINE vlog, which is a vlog all about films, film reviews and everything to do with films. And today I'm going to be talking about small acts. But first up, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that big red button to subscribe to my channel and see all of my content, and also to follow me on social media. But let me get back to the main thing I'm talking about today, and that is Lovers Rock, which is the second film in Steve McQueen's 5-part series or film series talking about Black British history. Now, I absolutely love the vibe of this film, but of course I'm going to get onto that a little bit later. First of all, talking about the plot. Now, this film follows Martha, who sneaks out of her house to go to a house party with her friend, a Lovers Rock blues party in 1980s London, and at the party she meets Franklin, a Caribbean guy. They click, and Lovers Rock is basically about them seeing this party through their eyes, particularly Martha's. It's a very short film, being only just over an hour's long, but Steve McQueen still manages to pack a lot into it. So pro number one for me would have to be just the atmosphere that is being built in this entire film. And this film isn't really plot heavy. It's much more about the feel of the dance, the feel of the party, and Steve McQueen uses all the tools at his disposal to do that. So whether it's looking at them setting up the party and you just see them testing out the mics, or cooking the food on the stove, or people getting dressed, or people sneaking out, or hands pulling each other for people to dance with each other. There's even this really beautiful scene of people singing a song, and the camera is just watching people sing this song for like 3-4 minutes straight. And this film really is just an ode to that time period, to music, to parties, to the culture. And I love how deep Steve McQueen went into that. Pro number two would have to be the actors. I absolutely love Michael Ward as an actor. Honestly, I think he is such a massive rising talent within the UK. Obviously he was in Top Boy, he was in Blue Story, but he is just really great in the role of Franklin. We see a little bit of code switching going on in the film, which I really loved, because I think it showed Franklin, the character, trying to exist in the world, being this strong, loving, charming, cocky, sexy, resilient man that he is, that we see at the party. Like, he's weaving all of this together, and for a film that doesn't have much of a plot, not as a downside, but just in general doesn't have much of a plot, Michael Ward still brings the absolute most out of this character. Also for the character of Martha, whose story we mainly follow in Lovers Rock, and she's played by Amara J. St. Aubin. You also see various layers that she tries to bring, so whether she's with her friends, whether she's fighting for other women, all that physical attraction that she has by dancing with this man that she's so attracted to. It's just two really great leads in this film that hold it together. And pro number three for me would be, honestly, my interpretation of what I think Lovers Rock was talking about. Now, this is set in 1980s London, where there was probably a lot more overt racism than what we see now. And in this party, not only are the black people here safe together, enjoying each other's company, enjoying their music, their food and whatever, but every time that they step outside of the house, there's a danger. So if someone steps in the back garden, there's possible danger there. If someone, Martha, wants to walk down the street, there's danger there from some boys that are outside. And you have this scene where the bouncer on the door, he's turning someone away, but when he hears the police siren, he says to the black guy, come in, because it's going to be safer for him in that house. What spoke to me most about this film was this idea of the safety that we have amongst each other as a community, where they didn't have to die down how they spoke, they didn't have to die down their accents, they didn't have to die down their food or their music or their clothes or their dress. Everything could be exactly as they wanted it to be, or exactly as they wanted to represent themselves. But whenever they left the confines of the house, then they had to deal with the reality of the times that they were in. And as a pro, I want to talk about something. It was just when Martha's on her way to the party, she's going on the bus, she's looking out the window, and she sees this man, this black person, carrying a white cross, like a crucifixion cross. And within Christianity, there's this idea of carrying your cross, like carrying the things that are heavy in your life, or the things that aren't easy to deal with, or the things that you struggle with, carrying these crosses that we all have to bear. I interpret it as blackness within Britain at the time that this was filmed, in regards to it being the 1980s, but I think also now it can be a very heavy load, having to learn to navigate white spaces, having to understand the culture, who is very reluctant to understand your own. Martha sees him carrying it on the way to the party and on the way back from the party, and in the middle we have the blues party where she doesn't have to carry her cross, right? This moment where she is able to just be herself and not have to be burdened with what it's like to be black in a predominantly white culture. But when she leaves the party, she sees the man carrying her cross, and for me it was again this idea of now she's left that safety, she has to go back into the world. Now that could be completely my interpretation, but that's what I love about film. You can interpret it however you want. So that was a pro for me. And just moments like that, that were in this film that just made it so damn sweet to watch. Now in terms of cons, Lovers Rock had very few for me. But if you're someone who was looking to Mangrove, which was very story heavy, which was talking about human rights and injustice within the black community, this film is a complete departure from that. And you really have to see it as something very different that stands alone. At the end, there was this quote that said, you know, this is for the lovers and the rockers. That's what it's about. It's about celebrating love. It's about celebrating music. But I can see how some people would see that as a con. And the second con for me would be that sometimes I felt like the accents got a little bit shaky. Some people were playing men from the Caribbean, and I'm not even going to say what country they were from. I'm not going to lie to you. I am terrible at telling accents, Jamaican accents, Bajan, Trinidadian. Like, honestly, they're very, very different. But I'm always like, where are they from? I struggle to tell accents in the United Kingdom. Like, is that Manchester? Is that Birmingham? Is that like, I don't know where that's from. I'm absolutely terrible. But sometimes I could hear the accent dipping slightly, and I was just like, Now in terms of ratings, I rate my films according to burgers because I love them. And out of a total of 5 burgers, I would give Lovers Rock 4 solid burgers. That's right, 4 solid burgers. This was a juicy, tasty burger. It's one that I have enjoyed and thought about and reminisced on all week. So make sure that you are watching this film before the next Small Acts film goes live. Now I always love to end my vlogs on a question, and today's question would be, what is your favorite musical or dance films? But let me know which one you liked best down below in the comments as always. And while you're down there, don't forget of course to subscribe to my channel and hit that red button and the notifications so you don't miss a thing. And don't forget to follow me on social media to see all the content I'm releasing as well. But until the next time and the next Small Acts film, I'll be seeing you soon.